And welcome to the Queensland State Netball Centre. We are in game 2 of round 14, the last and final round before the final series commenced. I'm joined in commentary with David Mills. Millsy.
Simone, how are you?
We're going into our second game together.
I'm excited.
Are you?
Yeah, I really am, but this one should be a cracker. We've got the Jets v Thunder. Jets currently just outside the top 2. Need to get all 18 points, so they've got to win every skin plus the bonus 10 for winning the game, and that'll get them hopefully in front of keep them ahead of the Bond University Bull Sharks, and also get them above the QUT Wildcats. So it's a lot to play for the Jets. The USC Thunder, on the other hand, can't make the finals, so they're playing for pride. But I was here last time, 2 weeks ago, and they played quite well in patches, and They just need to look for a bit of consistency there, and who knows what the result might be.
Yeah, look, definitely. I think that's been the story of the Thunder's season. They have really pushed and threatened at times, but haven't been able to, get the result. So they'll definitely be looking to finish this season off on a high this afternoon. The Jets, on the other hand, have that opportunity. The Wildcats are yet to play. They'll play in the game after this one and have an opportunity to try and cement their position in the top 2, but if the Jets want to give themselves any chance of securing that second spot on the ladder, they need to take all points today. So we have a look at the Jets lineup.
Well, the Jets lineup, shooter is Charlie Bell, goal attack is Lucy Benjamin, Brooke Hams is the wing attack, Stephanie O'Brien, former GA, is now playing centre, Siobhan Shalor is at wing defence, Leah Wolno is goal defence, and the defensive ends rounded out by Bridie Condon, Ashley Garrett, Michael Hogg and Rosie Baker make up the bench. Of course, they're coached by Tracy Jeans Fraser, who's coached many teams in Queensland, and the A&L coach at present.
Yeah, so we look at the Thunder lineup. Warlaw and Murphy are in goals for them this afternoon, with Hungerford, Litherland and Unai in the middle. Serafina Wolf is on at goal defence, with Sienna Allen back in at keeper. And on the bench this afternoon they have Gunther, Bingham and Catling, coached by Gary Passion.
Gary Passion, Queensland men's coach at present, legend in the men's netball community.
Yeah, definitely. So, I spoke to Gaz a couple of weeks ago, and, he was looking for, to finish the season off on a high. So hopefully the girls are able to put out a performance to allow them to do that today.
Well, he was just saying to me before the game as well that he's happy with the consistency the last few weeks, because they've had the same team, as we've spoken before, that their team chopped and changed from the original starting 10 that they had. And he's quite happy with the way things are progressing now, and he's confident they might steal a couple of quarters.
Yeah, great.
So,
great challenge there by Conran. Yeah, it's good to see Jessie Warlaw back there for them, this afternoon. Great rebound there by Wolf. She, had really been their go-to shooter the last time I think we commentated together a couple of weeks ago, and didn't play for them last week, so looking to see what she can put out there for them this afternoon. We're very lucky there to not be called for the whole hell ball.
2.9, so not quite 3. So nice patient setup here by the Thunder.
Yeah, so great ball there by Hungerford into Warlaw.
And boom, they get the first. So good start to the Thunder.
Yeah, well done to the Thunder. Great patient build-up. We see the Jets, on the other hand, they, like we said, want to go into the finals really kind of whistling, and they've had, some mixed results over the last 3 or 4 games, but they'll be really looking to consolidate, their performance this afternoon.
So, what's your prediction, Sim?
I actually think it's going to be a close one, and I really hope it is for both teams. The Thunder to put out a performance that they've really been kind of pushing for all season, and the Jets, I think they want a tough game going into finals, because it's going to be no easy run for them, particularly if they do end up in that 3rd and 4th position, because they're going to be fighting for their life.
They'll be facing elimination each week, so I'm assuming it's a top 4, 1-2 play, winner straight through, and et cetera.
Yeah, exactly.
So 3-4 and the loser is out. So yeah, it's a big, it's a tough task. You want to have that second opportunity in case you have an off week. So. And
yeah, great shot there by Benjamin. So we see Benjamin out at the front of Charlie Bell this afternoon. It's been a really nice change-up for the Jets this season. Benjamin, traditionally a goal shooter, and has played a lot of her time, particularly in this group. Was under the Lions, I suppose, franchise last year and over the last few years, but in the Jets kind of colours, she's moved out into the goal attack, and she's actually done a really good job.
So,
and I say that and she misses the goal. It's my curse again.
Yeah, stop talking. Players asked me to tell you that. I had her at Lions when I was there a few years back, and we actually had her as a goalkeeper.
Yeah,
so
right.
She wasn't actually even figured in our shooting ends. And so she's certainly turned her game around and changed ends and doing quite well, and has been in A&L teams and all sorts of things.
Yeah.
So she's become one of our better shooters in the state. So well done to her.
Yeah, look, definitely. So the Thunder there will be ruining that missed opportunity. Just a lucky connection between Hungerford and Warlord to see the ball go out over the baseline.
So that's the first one to Bell. So 3-1 early stages to the Jets. They look like they're on a mission today.
Yeah, look, definitely. They'll be, looking to win every quarter, like we said, and the game.
Nice play by Murphy.
Yeah, better build up there by Murphy. But an interesting shot. She shoots with one, starts with two and finishes with one. But it worked for her, so we can't question that.
We'll see how she progresses before we start dissecting her shot. So Benjamin from range, too much. Bell nearly gets the boards.
Oh, almost, but O'Brien, their captain, on the edge to pick up the crumbs.
So it's been a good start so far this match. A bit of intensity, both teams playing well. It's just a matter of whether the Thunder can sustain it for a full 15.
Yeah, definitely. And across 4 15s. Times Hungerford getting caught wanting to push that second, the second option behind instead of looking for that one in front. Probably just needs to go to the front in these early stages to try and build some confidence and momentum in her team.
Right. Nice patient set up there. They've very well structured the Jets at the moment. Bell misses another one.
Great touch there by Wolf.
So
Wolf and Bell were teammates this year for the Queensland 19, so it'll be great to see them go up against each other. Great mates, but they will be the fiercest of rivals this afternoon.
Who do you think will win that battle?
It's a tough one. It's
Why don't you just sit on that fence, Sim?
I know, right? I know.
So
I'm hoping they cancel each other out. How's that for fence sitting?
Oh, stop it. So
oh no, hard luck there to the Thunder. Just those little things that aren't able to stick for them in these moments can actually turn the game.
right. Transition not flowing as they hoped for the Jets at the moment.
No, the Thunder did a good job there to hold that ball up. But seems to... Oh, well done there by Allen. Good touch.
So margin of 2. We've played 6. Very controlled game at this stage.
Yeah, look, both teams, I think, just starting to... or wanting to find their rhythm. Probably not having it their own way as such. Thunder doing a lot of work here around the circle edge.
The Cams thought she'd created the turnover there, but it was off her last. Deemed by the umpire.
Oh,
Nice save.
that was a great save by Hungerford, and they're the little things that in the previous weeks haven't stuck for the Thunder, so it's nice to see something go their way.
It's a risky play, but they did well. So
Yeah, margin back to 1, so almost got a touch there, Wolf, on Bell, who's able to convert for them.
So Bell gets her third, she from 5, and Benjamin also 3 from 5. So a few missed shots keeping the USC side in it.
Yeah, definitely. So Jessie Warlord again. Great shot by her. She's 100% at the moment. And shooting the majority of their 5 goals so far. She's shot 4 of them.
And I was talking to their coach beforehand and said she's an AFL player, so had to balance netball with AFL this year, and apparently she's equally good at both. So.
Yeah, definitely in the Brisbane Lions, or was in the Brisbane Lions squad, and I believe she'll be in it again. But yeah, no, great to see our athletes, being able to play across both sports and doing so very well.
Nice lead there by Benjamin. Finds O'Brien the outside.
Great ball there by Steph O'Brien.
Excellent set there by the Jets. They worked it, waited for the shooter to be in position. Bell was, and then gets the shot. And as we speak, a loose pass.
You put it goes on Milton. So the Thunder back in possession, wanting to pull one back here. It's probably not as quick as what we've seen, but it's much more patient than what I've seen of the Thunder over the last few weeks. And there's the curse again.
Yeah, we really should just go off air.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't give anyone compliments ever. No.
Yeah. So Jets in possession. They're stuck with that margin of 3.
Yeah, like we said, they're needing to win every bonus point this afternoon, so they really need to try and, score off all these opportunities that the defenders have been able to create for them.
Nice connection between Benjamin and Bell. They've do they normally play the other way around, or in previous years have they played the other way around?
No, in previous years it's really been Benjamin, the goal shooter.
O'Brien.
Yeah, O'Brien. They've had other goalers like Tipper Dawn, who was in this group last year, but obviously was with Firebirds this year until she was injured. So, Charlie Bell is a young athlete. She's first time that she's been able to secure a position in this team, or what was the version of this team in previous years. So, credit to Tracy Jeans to mix it up a little bit and make sure that Bell is working her game and their goal attack, because it definitely does give them something different compared to what other teams have, and that's kind of those two tall shooters that are both very mobile for their height.
Yeah, and just on that play there, you could see as soon as Bell came out of the circle, Benjamin was smart enough to go back in there, and yeah, so they're interchanging quite well. It's looking like a well-oiled machine at the moment. So margin of 6, and it's just sort of happened in the blink of an eye.
It has, hasn't it? Yeah. And I feel like the Thunder have had their fair share of the ball. In the previous game that we watched before, there was definitely one team that had the lion's share of the ball, whereas Thunder just haven't been able to score off the ball that they've had. Intercepted there by Wolf's head, but she's able to win back possession for her team.
Doesn't matter how you do it.
Back in possession. Shirley asked to stand out of play. Great feed there by Hungerford into Warlord, who rewards her team with a goal.
USC fighting hard in this quarter.
Oh, just a little bit too late, but it was a good touch there by Conran. Probably did them a favour then, because I felt Warner was coming through, screaming for that intercept. But that touch put the ball off course in the Thunder's favour.
They don't seem confident to feed the circle at the moment. It's a replay ball there. It's turned over. It's a shame, because it would have cut margin back to 3.
Yeah, just needed
to take your opportunities.
Absolutely. Nice strong take there by Bell, who has got quite good range. Bell, for a taller athlete, doesn't necessarily have to be right into the post, is willing to take those mid to long range shots.
Nice work by Benjamin, gets herself in close. Just when we thought the Thunder were coming back, margin back to 6. Jets sort of in control at the moment.
Yeah, they are. They're just doing the little things right, I think, which is the difference between them and the Thunder. The Thunder at times get caught up in the moment and maybe throw that pass or push it just a little bit too much, or, doing those little things. Oh, well done, Wolf.
Really nice up there by Wolf. transition. They let it go well. Coach Passion, happy with this.
Yeah, definitely. They're patient. Their build-up has been much more patient compared to what we've seen in previous weeks.
Great rotation there, and just Wardwell makes no mistake. That was nice play. Great intercept, as you can see on the replay.
Yeah, it was a great intercept.
And the transition was solid. Just need a bit more of that from the Jets.
Centre distance, make sure they don't get caught too wide in those pockets.
Yeah, it's trap, isn't it? Get caught in the corners.
Yeah, they do. They get caught in the corners, and then it makes it hard to try and refeed out to them if required.
Condon again got called for that one. Must have been too close.
And she's got a great jump on her, Condon.
I've seen it twice just there. So the margin 3. They're fighting hard here, the Thunder. They got just under 2 to play in the first.
Yes. For the Thunder, it's just really about their ability to make the most of every moment they get. Good block out there by Allen, and this is an example where they really need to score. They've created set this opportunity out, but it means nothing if they don't take it to goal. And
had a bit of heat on that pass.
yeah, it's just those little, anxious kind of moments where they just need to remain calm and controlled.
The voice of experience, but it's hard to teach experience, isn't it?
Yes, since Hungerford and Litherland have been in this competition for a while, having coached them for many years at the previous Lynx franchise. Well done, Catling. Almost tried to steal that one.
Missed opportunity there to the Thunder. This would be playing, if they scored off that last one, the margin could have been back to 1 after this goal, assuming they get it. Oh, that's loose, but umpire looks after them. So we were talking before about a couple of players going to play in England, and we wondered how they heard about us.
Yes.
If you look at the Facebook stream there, it says, "Good morning, watching from London, England." So maybe the
go.
scouts are out. That's Sharon Huggins. I don't know her, but maybe she's a scout for someone.
Or maybe she's getting emails in for
Name available for Sky. Love Sky. And can commentate. Just ask me.
when he has his glasses.
Hope you didn't hear that, Sharon. If you are a scout for Sky. So, missed shot there from Benjamin.
Yeah, good job there by Catling and
They've got time.
Allen.
If they go quickly, they've got to get it in straight away.
Got to go direct.
They go
Got
long
to go
now,
direct. And it's a little bit. Almost tries to score the goal there.
Would have been spectacular. End of the first quarter.
End of the first quarter. So the Jets take the bonus points for that quarter, winning at 14-11. It was quite an exciting quarter.
Mate, I'd actually say that the Thunder should have been in front. Like, they had 3 or 4, or probably 5 opportunities in that last, sort of 6 minutes, and they only scored 3 of them. And if they scored the other 2, well, they would have been in front. You know what I mean? So
absolutely,
it's been an impressive start. And look at the shooting actually, 11 from 11 for the Thunder, and not so accurate for the Jets.
No, the difference when we look at the stats is the turnovers, the turnover conversion. So the Jets were able to score 9 of the 9 turnovers that they created, where the Thunder were only able to score 3 out of the 8. So I think that's really the difference when you look at the stats. The centre pass conversions and everything else is pretty equal, and like you said, the shooting percentage is 100% for the Thunder. So you can't do any better than that. So we're going to take a short break, and we're back for the second quarter.
Absolutely.
Welcome back to the second quarter between the Ipswich Jets and the USC Thunder. The Jets got the lollies in that first quarter, Millsy, but the Thunder really pushed and, you know, had an opportunity to win it.
To me, missed opportunities for the Thunder. The Jets were, you know, okay, did enough to win the quarter, but the Jets, they got a lot of turnover ball towards the end and could have, you know, eaten into that margin even more and probably won the quarter. I think that's really is missed opportunities in that one. They've shot brilliantly. Like, the shooters are at 100%, 9 from 9 for Wardlaw and 2 from 2 for Murphy. Unfortunately, Murphy just missed that one, I think. And,
yeah, she did, but she did a good job. Yeah. That was like a fly swat there by Conran.
Conran doesn't look like she's happy today. It's the third time she's done that.
It just looked quite funny.
Get that ball out of here, please.
Oh, no. These unforced errors are going to kill the Thunder, though, if they aren't able to tidy these things up.
Yeah, it's disappointing because they could have been leading in the quarter rather than playing catch-up. So, you never know, they might miss it here. It looks like Benjamin's going back to shooter. So Benjamin, and they've got a new GA on.
So Rosie Baker's out at goal attack. So Rosie Baker's an example in the last game when we were talking about the North Queensland athletes that are playing in other teams. Rosie Baker, you know, Townsville product. Great to see her, you know, out the court. She's been in this, you know, in this team for obviously this year, but has been in this competition for the last couple of years in other teams. So great to see her out on the court, and Tracy Jeans, she's probably wanting to change it up a little bit and make sure that all her players are, you know, experiencing this kind of a game going into finals. Great job there by Hock.
Hock's come on as well.
Yeah, Hock's come on to win defence, so did a good job to win that back, but it's been turned over again. Oh, the Thunder.
You're talking about the team, not the weather outside.
No.
No. So it's the little things that could hurt the Thunder today. So Benjamin back in the shooting spot. To me, she has an unusual style, Benjamin, but it's fairly effective.
But it works for her.
Absolutely. Like, her feet are never usually together. They're usually split like a penguin, but they, yeah, she tends to, her percentage is quite high.
Yeah, definitely. Smart there by Ward. Turned around really quickly to get Conran out of play. That's probably what they need to do.
That's her 10th of the match. She's 10 from 10. So if they can get greater volume to her, you know, she can bring them home. He predicted a close one. This one is at this stage.
Yeah, look, definitely. Oh, great touch there by Allen. Oh, lucky, you know, not being able to pick up the crumbs there around the circle, despite her gallant efforts.
Short shot by Baker. Transition time for the Thunder.
Oh, well done. That was great.
That's a nice play. If they can finish it here with a goal. And they look like they could. Oh.
Smart play there by Murphy. She was off balance. She was running out of time. Nice patient build up here by the Thunder, but they need to put it to goal and make count.
Watch Conran here. She'll want to swap this one.
Yeah.
She wasn't far from it.
Tempted.
It's very similar to the last game we watched in that one team had no problems feeding the circle, but the second team did, and this is what's happening here. Like, there you go, 2 passes they're in for the Jets, and unfortunately for the Thunder, they've got to work it around, set the triangle, swing it across, get the shooters constantly moving.
Definitely.
Yeah, so they're working very hard just to score, whereas the Jets at the moment are making it look easy. So, and when you got people doing that sort of stuff.
Look, definitely, and I think it's an example of a team like the Jets that have been together the whole season and haven't been impacted by injury or player movement to the Suncorp Super Netball, etc., which is what the Thunder have experienced. We talked about over a few weeks there when the Thunder almost had a new attack line every week. So I think, it's reflected, given this is the last game of the competition, you show the connections that one unit, one team has down in their attacking unit compared to the other team.
Yep. So, reset here for the Jets. Nice interplay there between Baker and Hams.
Yeah, Baker able to convert that one.
That looked a bit too easy. Martin is 6. Danger times here for the Thunder.
Yeah, look, definitely.
Last time I saw them play, this is exactly what happened. They had a good first quarter, and then second quarter just dropped off. And so, Catlin out of play.
Yeah. They really do need to try and, shut down the ability for the Jets to, get the ball in so very easily. But part of that too does come from this attack end that needs to keep applying that scoreboard pressure to allow, their defenders to just, to have that on the opposition attacker's mind that they must score, whereas the Thunder absolutely have that. Thunder and just having a field day in there.
She's been impressive.
Yeah, look, she has done a really good job. The Thunder attackers probably just need to become a little bit more smart and trying to move her a little bit more with the ball. Almost being quite predictable, which is making it really easy for her to read.
She's good at getting the hands over and swatting the ball.
Yeah.
Displayed that a couple of times. Benjamin moving well in the circle. Long shot for her. Misses. But ball still with Jets.
Good touch there by Unai, but ball falls back into Baker's hands, who's able to convert for the Jets. So the scores are 6-1 now in this quarter, so it is starting to get away a little bit from the Thunder.
Yeah.
Might expect a tactical timeout soon, maybe.
Benjamin, this is again, but her height allows her to get the boards. And margin 7-1 this quarter, margin of 9. Something has to change for the Thunder.
Yeah, look, definitely. They've started so very, very have the ability to really push the Jets for the game, but the scoreboard push out.
Nice save still with them, but it has gone out, unfortunately. They've only had 3 attempts this quarter, so struggling to get the ball. We played 8 minutes, struggling to get the ball in the circle. Not going to win many matches by only taking 3 shots a quarter.
No, absolutely not. And there we go.
Out.
There's the tactical timeout.
You should coach. Seriously. Have you thought about coaching?
I might do it later in the year. Yeah.
Do that A&L thing. So, well, a timeout called by Gary Passion and the Thunder. He'd be talking to his front end, I'd imagine. Well, ironically, he seems to be talking to his defence mainly.
Yeah, look, lots of instruction. It looks like Josie Bingham might be entering the court in at goal attack. So she's a young, up-and-coming athlete that has been playing in their Ruby team this season. So it's probably not a bad replacement if that does occur. Looking at, I think the ball was coming in quite quickly to that defence end over the last few minutes of this quarter. However, in saying that, the attack end weren't really looking after the ball enough. So, they were having to face a lot more ball than what they had to in that first quarter.
Yeah, so the other side there, the not a lot of talk going on with the... Tracy Jean talking to the offensive end again. She's probably just not happy with a little bit of circle rotation. But they're doing quite well. They're hitting 6 from 8 for Benjamin and 2 from 3 for Baker. So, not too bad. 8 out of 11. So, but I found their transition has been the big difference. Their transition's been much better than the Jets. Sorry, the Thunder.
Yeah, look, definitely, and I think, like you identified, when it's easy to find and connect with that goal circle, who then are able to convert, it just helps her very much. The Thunder, on the other hand, don't have that final kind of connection at the end. They're having to work very hard to get it into their goalers. And in turn, it puts a lot of pressure on them when they have to turn and go to the post.
So it's been 8-1 run to start this second quarter to the Jets. I'm a big fan of momentum, so I talk about runs a lot. And at the moment, the momentum is definitely with them.
Yeah, look, definitely, which is why it was a smart to call that timeout when they did the Thunder. But now they just need to make sure that they do, use this ball that they get off the centre pass. Oh, well done there by Warble. Oh, she tried, but it's a possession call to Conran. She's not out of play, it doesn't appear. Yeah,
it did look like a possession call, but I don't think she ever had it. So, must have pinched it off her.
Yeah.
So can't do that. So great communication between Benjamin and Baker at the moment. They're rotating the circle beautifully. So, which is making it very easy for O'Brien and Hams to find them.
A strong challenge there by the little one, but asked to stand out of play. Oh, Baker.
Nice pass by Benjamin.
Or a rebound.
It's a pass. So the timeouts had no effect. 3 straight now to the Jets since the timeout. That was at 22-12.
Oh, that's a better cut in there by Bingham.
Yeah, but the ball was so slow to go to her. The Jets defence had time to cover.
Yeah, probably needed to give it.
Quick release as soon as she was there. Then let her make the decision to shoot or re-offer. So.
Oh, well done there.
Slight misread.
It was a misread, but the Thunder defenders did a really good job to cover and create that confusion. It's good when Warlaw comes out, but she just has to be aware where a goal attack is, so that they're both not long from home.
So played down at the moment and got called for the hell ball. That's unlucky.
It is unlucky.
So.
The Jets.
Have the Jets surprised you this year with their position in the ladder?
No, not at all. No. They played in the grand final under the Lions banner last year against the Cougars with the majority of this group. So,
and to my knowledge, casting my mind back here, the Jets / Lions have never won one of these competitions. They've been runners-up. That'll be the 3rd time, I believe. So
yeah,
they desperate for a title.
Yeah, look, and I think they've. I think any of those top 4 teams have shown that on their day. Whilst the Cougars haven't lost the game, they have drawn a couple. So which I think just gives the other teams confidence that on their day they could definitely beat them. Cougars, on the other hand, will have other things to say about that, but I think it is much more open than what it has been in previous years.
It's what you want from your league competition, isn't it? You want, you don't want it to be a foregone conclusion. And I said in the previous broadcast, sometimes it felt like you just knew who was going to be in the final before the season even started. And this year it is great to see the likes of the Wildcats, Jets, and other teams doing well. So, and which is why I guess a lot of people are surprised the Tigers haven't made the 4.
Yes.
So, but.
Yeah, look, I think in early predictions people would have had the Thunder in that mix as well.
Yep.
And I think, obviously they've had lots of changes, and they are the team that's had the most players play in this Sapphire League compared to all of the other teams, which just kind of gives you, an understanding of the movement and the changes that have occurred.
And we talk about combinations and consistency and all that. As coaches, it's tough when you line up changes on a weekly basis.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's not like a tournament, which is where you change game to game. This is meant to be a very consistent lineup for 14 weeks of the year and then 3 weeks of finals.
Exactly, and you kind of rely on that consistency to build up those combinations and your rhythm over that time. And if you don't have that, then you definitely do kind of put yourself at a disadvantage.
So Benjamin gets another one. That's her 10th from 13 for the quarter. It's also the 13th for the Jets. They've certainly put the foot down here in the margin of 12. And Baker is coming into her own as well. So that's her 4th out of 5. So percentage is creeping up for the mighty Jets.
Yeah, look, definitely. And they'll be really happy, with what they're putting out there at the moment, given that, they are still trying to push, for that second spot to give them that double kind of chance during the final series.
Great work by Hams. Gets the turnover. O'Brien into Benjamin. They'll make them pay here, I feel. Yeah. And they do.
Yes, that was a great play there by the Jets.
It was a nice play. Oh, they've taken it off them.
Yeah, it looks like something was called.
No, he's too busy.
Too busy.
Talk him up. I missed what happened.
Oh, there you go. Sherlaw, it looks like, she's been able to win that ball back. Yeah, she looks like she's moved into goal defence. Cox in at wing defence. O'Brien and Benjamin have a great connection. They played for the Northern Territory Storm during the A&L League earlier in the year.
Cool. So you'd have to say that the move of Benjamin to shoot has worked a treat.
Yeah, definitely. And this line, particularly down the attack end, was how they started the Jets this year. Great defensive job there by their offensive line, able to draw the hell ball.
Seemed to force the Thunder to the side. So Ham's with it now, so we'll get him going again. Lovely ball into Benjamin. And just like that, the margin is 30-15, double the score. And we were talking about at quarter time how close it was.
I know, we were hoping for a close game, and particularly in that first quarter, it gave us all indications that it might be. But the Jets, to their credit, have really put the foot down, and I think the difference between them and the Thunder is that they've just been able to convert nearly every ball that they've got. They score, they're 100% conversion of all of their turnovers. So they're currently at 100% for this quarter, and they were 100% in the first quarter. So when you're able to win the ball back and score from it, then that is absolutely going to help.
The Jets forced that one in. Had more time than I realised, I think.
Yeah.
Don't need to go long so early. See if the Thunder can get one more. Great intercept. Condon played very well.
I think it's actually Ashlyn Garrett has actually come onto the court. That was a sneaky little sub, wasn't it? Yeah.
It get me every time. Seriously, I'm off to the eyewear now tomorrow.
Should have gone to Specsavers.
Yeah. Who sponsors us? Does one of them sponsor us? So half-time, Sim.
Yeah, look, half-time, the Jets were really able to assert their authority in that second quarter to win it 16-6. I think across all of the stats they dominated, which is reflected in that score board at the moment. The Thunder will be really disappointed, won't they, with the opportunities that they had and that they lost.
Well, absolutely. They could have, they could have eaten into that lead. There was only 3 at three-quarter time, and unfortunately they've sort of, missed opportunities again. But I think the move of Benjamin to shoot has just given him a lot more stability in the circle, and the Jets look like they're feeding it easier now, and like their offense is flowing a lot better than it was in the first quarter. So what happens in the second half? Well, we'll see when we come back, eh?
Yes. Welcome back to the second half between the Ipswich Jets and the USC Thunder. So we just have a look at the halftime stats. Millsy, what do we see?
Well, we see lots of positives for the Jets and some negatives for the USC Thunder. My favourite stat, the turnover conversion rate, 95% for the Jets. That's brilliant. Last game we saw was 91. We thought that was brilliant. Well, this is 95. It's even better. 43, unfortunately, just for the Thunder. Shooting percentage, ironically, the Thunder outscoring them 85% to 73. That's because Jess Wardlaw's hit 13 out of 14 for the match. But there's not enough volume going in there, and the offensive end for the Jets is working far better than the offensive end for the Thunder, which is a shame.
Yeah, look, definitely. I think, and the difference too, when you look at that shooting percentage, is that if the Jets do miss, they are usually able to get the rebound.
Well, that would be the height of Benjamin in there. It's like when she's shooting a majority of the shots and realises when she's missing first, and she gets in there and gets it back, and everything's looking spectacular in there. So, yeah, whilst the percentage is down, if you throw in the offensive rebounds, then you'd probably say it's up around that 99 to 95 to 100% mark. So, yeah, they're playing quite well, the Jets, at the moment. To me, they're just playing within themselves. That's just all I can see. The Thunder are trying hard, but just the little things hurt them. Like they force their pass right to the sideline, and, they've had a few just go out and a few foots on the line and things like that. And,
yeah.
Just the little errors. They're crossing the T's, but they're not dotting the I's, so to speak. So, yeah, but you never know. They could win a quarter here and make it difficult for the Jets to finish second in the comp, and that would sort of be a minor victory.
Yeah.
So,
look, definitely. I think Tracy Jeans Fraser will be very happy. The numbers are suggesting that her team are playing really well, and that going into finals, she's going to be obviously wanting and looking at them for that. The Thunder, on the other hand, I think it's just, a case of what we've seen through the season, the other 13 rounds that we've watched. But there is still half to go, like we said, and I think the positive thing for the Thunder is that they've put themselves in there at various times across that first half, but it's really about their execution in those moments. That is the difference for them at the moment. Yes,
indeed. So a lot to do for them. Like that quarter there, like a quarter time, it was 14-11. And then they went on a 16-6 quarter for the Jets, and it's almost. Well, it's not impossible, but it's made it very difficult for the Thunder to come back from that position.
Definitely. So we see the teams entering back onto court. It doesn't look like there has been any changes from what left the court at the end of that second quarter for the Thunder. For the Jets, on the other hand, we see Charlie Bell returns to the court at goal shooter.
So Benjamin's off?
Benjamin is off. Sherlaw and Hock remain across the defensive transverse line in goal defence and wing defence, and Ashlyn Garrett is still back at keeper.
So they've got some height there, the Jets, because Garrett's a tall young lass as well.
Yeah, look, she is, and it's great to see her out on the court.
Nice fever Hungerford there, connects with Wardlaw.
There was a better build-up there by the Thunder.
Well, they get the first.
Great. Hopefully this is a sign of what's to come for this
quarter.
Now.
Wind the clock down. I'll win the quarter. So, Bell. Oh,
well done there from Bell, falling out of court.
Bit of showtime.
Yeah.
So again, that height that we were talking about saved the day there for the Jets.
Yeah, look, definitely. And the Thunder were really struggling to get it across that transverse line, but Warlord did the smart thing and exited the circle.
So Bingham at GA for them now.
Oh,
she gets it in
great
as well.
shot there by Josie Bingham. Fantastic to see her just turn and go to the post, back herself on the shot.
Your favourite thing?
It is my favourite thing. G on your bid means goal. Goal attack.
Or goalkeeper.
In the attack, yes.
Good defensive pressure here.
Oh, well done by Wolf. Great contest on the ball there.
Nearly forces a turnover.
Yeah, she did a really good job to put lots of pressure on Rosie Baker there to take that ball. Oh, great touch there by the Thunder.
Got this possession call to the Thunder. Yes, it is.
Well done. I was going to see whether she got her for falling on the ball, Bell, but regardless of Thunder, so these are the moments that Thunder really have to make the most of. Do the work and get it to goal. Hungerford looked long there, and I thought she was going to throw it, but she did the right thing. And
there's a hell ball. A quickish hell ball, I would say.
Yeah, it was, but I think the umpire realised that there was nothing coming and probably nothing was going to come.
Not sure you can do that, Sim. They weren't going to score anyway. Give them a hell ball.
Oh, look, I'll do a favour. Do you a favour.
And there's another shot to Baker. She's coming to her own. A bit of a quiet start, and she's looking good now.
Yep, definitely. It's better build up by the Thunder. They've started this quarter. Oh, there's the commentator's curse. Warlord. Probably the first miss for the game, is it?
Her second. Yeah, she missed one in the second quarter. 9 from 9 from the first, 4 from 5 for the second, and unfortunately now shooting 2 out of 3. But there seems to be a different intensity at the moment from the USC Thunder side.
Yeah, definitely. They look like they've kind of taken it up a notch, which is great to see.
Words of wisdom from Coach Passion has got them coming out firing in the third quarter, 3-2 at the moment to the Jets. Bell rolls that one in, shooter's roll.
So both teams are in different situations. Obviously, this is the last game for the Thunder of the season. The Jets, on the other hand, will guaranteed to go into the final series next week. But at the moment, what game they play in, whether it's the major or minor semi-final, is really dependent on this result and the result of the next game.
That should be a crack of the next one.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be a game of two teams that are both in the top 4.
So for those of you that are wondering what that game is we're talking about, it's the QUT Wildcats versus the Bondi Uni Bull Sharks. So the battle of the unis.
It is the battle of the unis.
And Wildcats will be looking to consolidate and move up the ladder a little bit.
Yeah, I think they'll be looking to consolidate their second position. I think they only have to win 1 bonus point in that game.
Yeah, 1 quarter keeps them in second, so they'll be out to do that. So, and that's even regardless of whether the Jets win all quarters.
Yes. Well, the Bull Sharks have been almost like the giant killers, like this last end of this series. They've, really taken, the scalps of some of those teams that have been placed higher above them. So really looking to see what they do in that third game, or in that last game of this round anyway. A prelude to what will come next week and beyond.
Indeed. So you're back for the final series?
I am not back next week, but I believe I'm back the week after.
Well, all your fans will be looking forward to that. If you want to drop Sim a line, of course, just on the Facebook page. She'll answer any of your questions.
Thanks, Rosie.
Not just on netball, if you've got some problems.
Great shot there by Bingham.
Fobbing me off there.
She's done very well. She's shooting at 100%.
So nice change there made by Coach Passion. Again, the talls of Bell gets the rebound, and that's been the big thing for the Jets in this game. If they have missed, either Bell or Benjamin's been able to get most of the boards.
Yeah, definitely. It makes a huge difference. Oh, great take. And willing to go to the shot again. Great shot, Bingham.
Bingham, 4th straight. She's the leading scorer for the quarter. Well, that's actually a lie. That would be Bell. My apologies. Leading for the Jets. You got to leave earlier here today. It's a shame.
I am.
Sorry to see you go, Sim. Oh, dear. Of course, some of the people don't even watch the pictures. They just listen to you put on a comedy act. Of course, Sim will be back for the finals, I'm sure. Bosch nearly got the hand in. Sorry, Hock nearly got the hand in there. Bosch, I don't know where that came from. I did just buy a dishwasher, so maybe I had that on my head. So, and a great shot there from Wardlaw. She has been a consistent performer. I've seen her play twice now. Both games she's been very consistent.
She has been really consistent, and she's really been their go-to girl in goals for the Thunder.
Great feed, great timing with Bell. So, connection there from O'Brien and Bell. That was quite classy.
Yeah, really easy. Nothing too fancy.
So,
Oh, Hungerford unable to regather that.
and with Gary Passion coaching the side, a lot of the Queensland men's team have joined us in viewership. I can see there a few past and present players are now watching this feed, see how their super coach is going.
Maybe to listen to you, Millsy.
I
They
doubt
get
that.
the best of both worlds.
They didn't listen to me when I was coaching them. I don't think they're going to start now. That's unfair. So the guys there, Schultze and Curry, we won a couple of titles together, a couple of national titles. So, but Kylie Burns, she'll be having a look, maybe doing some recruiting for the Lightning. There's 2 spots open in that team, I believe.
Yeah.
Still looking to sign 2 people.
Who knows, but also obviously well connected to this Thunder team through the USC connection. Thunder trains up there in the Lightning headquarters.
So Kylie would have a lot to do with some of these players?
Yeah, look, I think there's a couple of training partners in this in this Thunder team, in Ash Unai and Sienna Ellen.
Yep.
Got players like Sarafina Wolf, who has been previously in the Lightning team and as in that squad. So yeah, she'll obviously have be very interested to know and to see what's going on.
It's great to see
team.
Kylie's taken over the head coaching role there. That's going to be sensational, I think. Like, there's going to be great continuity there. They've signed 8 out of the 10 players. It'll almost be business as usual for them, I feel.
Yeah, look, definitely. She'll bring her own style and her own way, which would be great as well. But yeah, look, in terms of transition and that seamlessness that you would be looking for when you have such a big move like the Lightning will have with Nolene Tarua, heading back to New Zealand, I think it's the best case scenario, really, in terms of what the Lightning have up there now.
I heard they're looking for an assistant coach soon, so you're available or I'm available. We'll do it together. So if you're listening, Kylie, 0433. so Balls with the Thunder now. They've had a pretty good quarter, 11-8 at the moment to the Jets, but the intensity's definitely picked up. Quality of play looks a little better this quarter. Probably the best quarter of the match for them so far. Yeah, look, definitely.
Definitely. I think, they've been a lot more controlled down at that attack end, and they've had the luxury of, both Bingham and Warlord being able to put the ball away from them in goals, so that definitely does help. You see Nick Gunther's come onto the court at centre, replacing Chloe Litherland. Oh, well done, Ash Unai.
That's the training partner from the Lightning on cue.
Oh, pick it up, Chloe.
Not sure you can do that, can you? You're allowed to obstruct the ball like that?
I don't think so, but hey, they'll take whatever they can get, the Thunder. It was smart there by Litherland.
She gave herself away with the replay and then shielded it well, and Wardlaw makes no mistake.
So the margin's back to 2 now. So the Thunder doing a great job in this quarter. There's still plenty of time for them to take it. The Jets, on the other hand, won't want anything to do with that. They'll be looking to win, and they really do need to win this quarter to...
Oh, Garrett with the obstruction, luckily. So margin is 1, 11-10. What a quarter. They've come out absolutely all guns blazing third quarter. One more turnover will do it.
Yeah, look, definitely.
Baker with the shot, makes no mistake.
Yeah, great shot by Baker. She really needed to make that shot to take the pressure off her team.
They definitely need to skin the Jets. So if they want to have any chance of finishing in the top 2, they need all the 18 points on offer. And Garrett there gets a hand in, creates a turnover for them.
Yeah, well done there to Garrett.
This Jets team would have to be the tallest in the comp, wouldn't it? When you throw in Benjamin, Garrett and Bell.
And Condren, yeah, definitely.
Got some height. So
they definitely do.
So USC with the ball again. Very patient.
Yeah, look, they are very patient. Just need to make sure that they've got options to the ball.
Long ball. Oh, gets run down. Possession call. It'll go to Garrett. It does.
Looked to connect there with Gunther, but Gunther unfortunately didn't have eyes for it.
And Bell hits the deck, forcing the turnover. USC with another chance. So 12-10 the margin this quarter. Brilliant ball in there.
Yeah, it was a great ball there by Nick Gunther. Look over the mess and find Warlord.
So margin for the quarter is 1. Jets looking a little anxious here at the moment.
Yeah, still plenty of time in the quarter.
That's a forced ball. Bell's good enough to pull it in.
She did a good job to take that under pressure.
And keeps the margin at 2 for the quarter.
Still plenty of time though, 2.5 minutes, and then Condren
on cue gets another one. She's been a good player for me today, Condren.
Yeah, look, she has been really good. She's got her hand to lots of ball and disrupted and put lots of pressure on the Thunder attack line.
And Bell gets her 11th from 12 for this quarter. And can't pull that one in.
No, just not able to find that last pass there, O'Brien, but it was a really nice build-up.
So for USC to win it, they need to score here. Bell again on the deck. They need to score here, score off the next centre, and then break another one, all in 1 minute 52.
They train for those moments, Millsy. It's not impossible, but it's very hard to do.
You do like to sit on a fence.
It's always hope, Millsy. You've always got to have hope.
Bingham's been good since she's come on.
She has been great.
Thought I cursed it then, the way that was rolling around. So she's 5 from 5 for the quarter.
So it's 1.5 minutes. They got time to score this. They don't have to rush it. Still got plenty of time.
Wardlaw's out. She needs to be in.
They need to let that ball go.
Yeah. Sometimes the first lead is the best lead.
Yeah,
They're
definitely.
looking for every other option but the first one.
Exactly, and then by the time they look back to that lead, it's gone. Oh, Warlord.
She's been brilliant, but missed that one.
Yeah.
O'Brien on the drive finds Bell.
Oh,
and offside.
Call there.
Was it Hams that put a hand in?
Hams did
She copped a shove
call
though, I feel.
offside. Yeah, look, maybe, but the umpire didn't see it.
And there it is.
Oh, just over pushed that pass.
She's been called for the contact anyway, I feel. Yeah. So, just a bit of panic play coming in the last 1.5 minutes by the Jets. This could be another one of those quarters where we say they should have won that, but they didn't.
Yeah, look, it's a better performance, I think, in this quarter compared to the second quarter. Well done there to Wolf. She's used all her body parts today, her head, her forearm, whatever it takes to get the ball back. Just not able to finish that last pass.
Remember the last time we commentated, we did a USC Thunder game and they got destroyed in the first half and then lost the second half by only 3. So 3-4, yeah. So it was, they're obviously, they've got it. They just can't quite get it at the right time.
All the pieces are there. It's just not being able to put them together at the right times.
So with that goal to Bell, gives it a 15-12 quarter to the Jets, 45-29 overall. Simi, thoughts on the third quarter?
Yeah, look, I think a much better performance by the Thunder in that third quarter. They were able to put the ball to goal a lot more because they were able to service their goalers a lot more, and they rewarded them with that. I think they had their moments to take that quarter. So, they lost by 2, but they very well could have won it. The Jets, on the other hand, they did a great job to maintain the lead that they had, and they were pushed at times, but they looked like they may be rattled at times, but they were able to absorb the pressure and win the quarter. So well done to them. They've got 3 of the 4 so far, only one to go, Millsy, and I'm leaving you. So
not the first one to tell me that, Sam.
Thank God, that's what I say.
I'll see you in the coming weeks, I hope.
Yeah, see you later.
We'll be back after this short break. Welcome back to the State Netball Centre for this round 14 clash in the HART Sapphire Series netball between the Ipswich Jets and the USC Thunder. My name is Dave Mills. I'm not joined in commentary by anyone for this last quarter. Simone had to go and do some coaching duties, so you're stuck with my dulcet tones for the remainder of the match. The current score is 45-29 in favour of the Jets. The margin is 16, but the USC Thunder have played quite well, particularly since half-time, only losing the last quarter 15-12. And with the Jets needing to win every quarter to try and get themselves into second spot on the ladder for the upcoming final series, the Thunder are making their job a little more difficult. A lot to do with that young lady there in Wardlaw, who has shot particularly well and keeps the USC Thunder in the match. So USC get the first and the second quarter, the last quarter, and got a chance to go 2 up here. Jets have been playing fairly well within themselves. No moments of real brilliance, but when they need to score a goal, they manage to do it through Bell or Benjamin, and of course to a lesser extent Baker. So the 3 Bs have done well in the offensive end for the Jets. So this match has massive implications on the final series. If the Thunder could steal a quarter, it makes it impossible for the Jets to finish in the second place, and they currently lead this quarter 2-0. So you'll see the Jets probably up the ante in the offensive end to try and get the ball in. Benjamin's back on the court now. She's replaced Bell, who shot particularly well in that second quarter, hitting 12 of 13. So Benjamin, another one of the talls from the Ipswich Jets side. Thunder, coached by Passion, Gary Passion that is, have worked particularly hard. This is the second game I've done of theirs, and they improve as each game goes along. So, and great pass in there to Jess Wardlaw, and she gets another one. So, making it difficult. Thunder 3-1 currently. O'Brien with the ball finds Baker, and since coming on at quarter time, she's done a brilliant job. Don't forget, we have another game coming up for you at 5:20. This should be the match of the day, the HART Series match of the day, and that is of course between the QUT Wildcats and the Bond Uni Sharks. That is 2 teams that will hope to go deep in this competition when the final series start next week, which we are broadcasting all, of course, thanks to our friends at HART Sport. And another goal there, 4-2 this quarter. We're going to keep you up to date with this quarter time scores because there is big implications for the Jets. O'Brien with it now. Finds Hot. Bit of a box zone being played by the Thunder at the moment, and it's working well, slowing down the ball into Benjamin. She had it all her own way in the second quarter. That shot a little short, but again, the height of the Jets means they get the rebounds. And Benjamin with another one. She's now 2 from 3 for the quarter. Had a great second quarter. Got taken off, replaced by Bell in the third. And back out there now. Tracy Jones-Fraser showing the flexibility of her team. Moving around, and there's the turnover. I think that's Condren. So great transition. Baker goes back out, gets the ball close to hoop, but the umpire takes it back outside. We're playing on, and misses a shot, but gets another chance. And that ties it up at 4s for the quarter. Margin is 16. Jets hoping to win every quarter and then relying on the Wildcats not to get any for them to finish second. And they're doing everything they can. So at 50-33, 10, just on 11 to play. Ball with the Thunder. They'd love to take a quarter off here and have some sort of impact on the final series. Bit of a cannon pass there, was too hot for Wardlaw to catch, came down a bit low. And they need to be almost perfect, the USC side here for the rest of this game. Things starting to open up after a good impressive start to this. Thunder do get a hand in, but we've got a contact on the way through on Benjamin. That was Allen on the contact. Benjamin Unusual style misses, but again, they get another offensive rebound. So I don't have that stat with me, but the Ipswich side have done an amazing job of getting offensive rebounds. And they've done it throughout the entire match, mainly through Benjamin and Bell. So, Benjamin again. She has an unusual style, but it's very effective. She gets her 5th of the quarter, shooting at 71% this quarter, 83 for the match. Nearly a hell ball. It was called, late call by the umpire. So, starting to show their authority here, the Jets. Benjamin found again by O'Brien. There's a great connection there. As we said earlier in the broadcast, have played for the Northern Territory team in the ANL. So they understand each other well. Margin is 20 now, 8-4 this quarter. Jets starting to really push on with this game. Benjamin again gets an offensive board and makes no mistake on the rebound. So we have a timeout here called by the USC, their second of the game. Things just starting to get away for the USC Thunder. It's 9-4 this quarter. Remember, they did lead 4-2, so a 7-zip run to the Ipswich Jets, just stamping their authority on it. Coach Passion talking to the offensive end, so looking for a little bit more in that. It's not so much that the offense is not functioning as well. I think the defense from the defensive end of the Ipswich Jets has increased. So that's making it difficult. The height of Garrett in there with Condren. So, and of course, once Benjamin's on there, they look like a different team offensively. So, and Hock and O'Brien are finding Benjamin very easily, so perhaps Bell might come back on. They might go back to the two talls as the way they started in the first quarter. Benjamin was at GA and Bell was in the shooting spot, so Tracy Jean Fraser being fairly animated in there. She definitely wants a better effort and definitely wants to finish this quarter well, with final series coming up next week. Who they'll play will be determined at the end of our next game, so stick around for that. 5:20, we go to air just before 5:20. So I'm commentating that one with Maxine Holzberger from the Wildcats, so it should be a good game. Of course, the umpires for this game are Cara Winbrom and Claire Johnson, with Di Davies sitting on the third umpire's chair. So Condren again with a brilliant intercept. She's been one of the players of the game for myself, so has been part of the rotation. Tracy Dreams Fraser rotating most of her players in this game. Benjamin not happy with that with delivery. Starting with a high zone here. Now they drop back into the more conventional one, but easily broken through by the USC side. Jess Wardlaw makes no mistake. She has shot particularly well today. She's only got 2 for this quarter. They're 5 from 5 for this quarter. She's only missed 3 for the entire match. So we have 8 to play. We just need to hang on to this lead, the Jets, and they'll advance to second. How long depends on how well the Thunder, the Wildcats play later. So nice play there. Picked the space, ran into it beautifully. Great save by Wardlaw. And she gets it back. Unfortunately misses. Great transition. Hock connecting with O'Brien. That looks very impressive. Hand in there from Littleland. Forces a turnover, but it's still with the Jets. Benjamin sets herself up, double teamed. Oh, brilliant play. Benjamin will get all the credit for that, but it really was Baker. She rolled the circle well, made it, forced the defenders off Benjamin, which made an easy feed. Just like that again. Benjamin certainly coming into her own here. But don't underestimate the effort of Baker, particularly in that last play. O'Brien gets us going again. Finds Benjamin. No, she can't. Great defensive pressure there by Allen. And the transition game has been pretty good today by the USC Thunder. It's just sometimes getting it into the circle, they struggle a little bit. So, Wardlaw with the shot now. Misses again. She's missed her last two. Pretty much just after I started talking up how well she's played, she's missed the last two. And Bell has come on for Benjamin. So Benjamin, and that's one of those rolling substitutions that we talk about. And Benjamin's got the GA bib on, so maybe they will go back to the original lineup. So, the ball with another turnover there to the USC side. Unfortunately, it's starting to fall away from them. They led 4-2. They've only scored one of the last 10 goals. Bell finds Benjamin. That change was made. So they've gone back to their starting line. O'Brien, Hams at centre, O'Brien at wing attack, Benjamin at GA, and Bell at shooter. That's how they started the game. And it looks like that's how they may finish it. So Baker did an exceptional job while she was out there, and the rotation doesn't seem as prevalent when she's not out there. So you've got the two talls in Bell and Benjamin, both playing a bit like shooters. So Hungerford there, copped a knock from, I think it was Wolf. And working hard here, they do it brilliantly. She wants the extra option, finds it now under the ring. Not sure she made any difference, any distance there, Bingham, but takes a shot and misses. Transition time. Sherlock gets him going. Benjamin. Great play by the Jets. Excellent transition. The pace of the ball there was brilliant. Started with Sherlock and they brought it all the way down. Finished with Bell. Another goal to the Jets. They're 14th of the quarter. And margin starting to blow out now. It's 25. And I guess any dreams that the Thunder had of winning a quarter have now disappeared. Still doing well. Bingham misses. They've started to miss their shots a little bit. So they're 5 from 10 for the quarter. So 50% not good enough at this level. So Benjamin comes out. Unusual to see her at GA for me, having known her for a number of years as either a shooter or a goalkeeper. So, but the two talls in Bell and Benjamin working well this quarter. So USC, 3 minutes to go in their season. Another turnover. This time picked up by Brooke Hams. So she's played quite well. Her and O'Brien have been very solid in the mids and found the shooters with ease. And if they have missed the talls of Ipswich Jets, they tend to pick up their own boards. So they played exceptionally well in that circle. So push off there from the goal defence of the USC. So the Jets hit 61. It's not going to be a close finish, which is a shame because at periods of time the Thunder have looked quite good. Probably should have won the first quarter and definitely should have won the third. They just so it's coming. So they should have probably won the first and the third, but alas, just some little silly errors just towards the end of each quarter meant they couldn't get the job done. And the Jets have continued to make changes, and they just rolling through this last quarter. Benjamin strong. Another great feed by O'Brien into Bell. 16-5 quarter at present, 17-5 quarter at present. Any quarter where you get near 20 is a good quarter, and this is probably going to be their best output. So, 1:18 to go. Thunder will rue their opportunity. They had a great side at the start of the season, but players got called into the Firebird side, and they had injuries. So it's a season of missed opportunities for them. So Coach Passion's done an amazing job with what he's had. He said that he's had to change his lineup every single week, which is a difficult thing to do. So the Jets will move into second place on the ladder after this victory. Whether they finish the day there will be determined by the Wildcats and Bull Sharks, which is coming up at 5:20. We go to air just before that. So that should be a classic match in this HART Sapphire series. Of course, it's round 14, last of the prelim rounds, and then we go into finals next week. So Jess Wardlaw finishes with a goal. No, misses, but she gets another opportunity. And makes no mistake. The ball with O'Brien, the captain. Again, 2 passes and it's into the circle. This time it's Bell. If it's not Bell, it's Benjamin. And that could be all she wrote, and it is. So the last prelim game of second prelim game of round 14 finishes with the Jets 64, the Thunder 35. A 19-6 quarter to the Jets means that they win all 4 skins. It gets them 18 points for the match and puts them into second place on the ladder as we currently speak. We will be having the next game that will influence the outcome is, of course, the USC Thunder, the Bond University Bull Sharks versus the Wildcats, who have just temporarily dropped into third place. There's the ladder there. So if the Bond University Bull Sharks could get all 18 points, and they will keep the QUT Wildcats in third, and then they'd play each other again next week. Most likely the Wildcats might steal 1 or 2 skins, and therefore they'll probably go back into second. So, and that'll force the Jets into third. So we had a pretty entertaining game here. There was periods of time there where the USC Thunder were very, very competitive. They probably, as I said, should have won the first quarter. They had an excellent opportunity to do that, but they just made a few little mistakes there at the end. So that's the action that's happened so far today. We've had the Tigers played the Rays, very one-sided match. The Rays from up north, Northern Rays, they come down, they travel on the day. They got sort of spanked 73-28. The effort was there, but unfortunately the class of the Tigers just came to the fore. The Tigers still miss out in the finals. Then we had the Jets, and they took on the Thunder, and it was a similar sort of game. Jets sort of in control. Until the last quarter, I think they played within themselves. In the last quarter, they definitely stepped it up. The 2 talls of Bell and Benjamin just was a little bit too much for the Thunder side. So, of course, it says 10 past there. We're going to, I was saying 20 past, so 10 past 5. We're going to take on the Bond Bull Sharks versus the QT Wildcats. That should be some game. That's now third and fourth playing each other. For me, man of the match in this one, I'd probably give it to Steph O'Brien. I thought she controlled the midcourt beautifully. It's hard to give it to Benjamin or Bell. They both played well. Condren was very good when she was out there, but O'Brien, with the way she controlled the front end and the way they got it in, was quite excellent. There's the stats for the match. 90% conversion turnover rate for the Jets. That's incredible. Anything in that 90s in that sort of effort is huge. Unfortunately for the Thunder, it was only 54% for them. The centre pass conversion, that stat doesn't seem quite right to me. The Thunder, it says the Jets have only scored off 34% of the centre passes. I think that may be a mistake. In fact, I know that's a mistake. They've scored off a lot more than them. Because 42 out of 50 is 84%, not 34%. So that's a typo there. So the turnovers, they created 39. That's a lot of turnovers. Shooting percentage 78. A little bit low probably for the Jets. But, of course, with Benjamin and Bell, and to a lesser extent Baker, they got a majority of the offensive rebounds, and therefore they won all 4 quarters. So that wraps up this game. That's our second of 3. We'll be back just before 17:10, so 5:10 p.m, and we will have an exciting game between the Bond University Bull Sharks and the QT Wildcats. We will see you soon. Bye for now.